Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the We're Going 5 podcast powered by TSH Tennis. The semifinals delivered. Carlos Alcaraz delivered. Novak Djokovic delivered on the semifinals of the Australian Open. We're going to break it all down, but before we do, I'm Yusuf.
I'm Ismail.
Hey guys, I am Harun.
Before we start, I need to say one thing and look at the camera, and I'm going to say it 3 times. Novak Djokovic is the greatest of all time. Novak Djokovic is the greatest of all time. Novak Djokovic is the greatest player to ever grace the tennis courts. With that being said, we just witnessed maybe one of the greatest accomplishments I have ever seen in sports. Smile, you called this. You called it. Novak Djokovic takes down the 2-time reigning champion of the Australian Open on a 19-match win streak to move into the final in 5 grueling sets over 4 gladiator battle of an hour. Ismail, your thoughts?
That was amazing. Amazing. This is tennis Disneyland. I love it. This is what I was hoping for. I believed this win was all about heart. It was all about desire, about determination. We can get into the stats and how he ended up doing it and how many love 40s did he have to find a way to come back from. But it's just about belief. There's no logical reason to bet and believe in Novak Djokovic. He lost the last 5 times. He lost the last gazillion sets. Everyone on planet Earth didn't believe in him. And yet, he found a way. He had to convince, he still had the belief in himself. He went into the offseason, he got into the lab with one goal, to beat Sinner and Alcaraz in Grand Slams, in best of 5s. And you saw, when the moment got tough, in the 4th set, in the 5th set, guys, who looked like the better player? Who looked like the heavyweight champion?
Novak.
Ready to take every single punch, ready to fight till their last breath on the court. It was just about desire and belief. Like, it was unbelievable. He had the whole world believing he was the favorite going into that 5th set. He took it. He stole it from you. Jannik was like the heavyweight who got punched. He was on his back legs. He didn't know what to do. Where did that forehand come from? Where did this serve come from? Here's some quick stats for you though, before we break down even some cool things about this match. His serve was as fast as Jannik at 203. His forehand was faster than Jannik's. His second serve was faster. He brought the heat. He had to play aggressive. He had to go for everything, max power and precision, and he found a way. This was a masterpiece. And like you said, Yusuf, this is hands down, for me, the greatest athletic feat I've seen on the tennis court, at least. And it might be the greatest tennis accomplishment of all time. Right now, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. To take down Jannik in his prime at 38 years of age? Are you kidding me?
Pushing 39 as well.
Yeah, like he's 38 and a half actually. Harun, your boy went down. Your boy went home. The king has been dethroned. Jannik Sinner loses. Your thoughts, though, on what just happened?
It's crazy, by the way, because oh my God. I'm in utter disbelief. I forgot about my pick and started just enjoying the tennis. It was amazing from both sides. They were both playing amazing. It was like, woo!
Unreal level. They both brought max firepower, and to be honest, no one deserved to lose, but
No one
Djokovic,
deserves to lose.
he took it from him.
No one deserves to. Ismail, want some stats, by the way? Sinner had more aces. Sinner had less double faults. Sinner had more first serves in. Sinner had a higher win percentage at first serve. Sinner had a higher percentage at second serve. Sinner had the fastest. Well, he tied with Djokovic the fastest the fastest first serve. But he also had more winners. He had less unforced errors, or at least the same unforced errors as Djokovic as well. He had more return winners. Like Sinner was also playing sensational. He was playing great. He had the way more.
He had Harun more points won. Sinner won more points.
Sinner had more points won. He had more points won, more short points won. By the way, a lot. Because he used the aces, he had the short points from that are like one to 4 balls, like aces or to 4 shots. He had more medium shots won, which is from 5 to 8 shots. He had more points that he won from there. Here's a crazy stat for you: the geezer Novak Djokovic, pushing 39, had more points won that where shots went beyond nine shots. So there are points that went beyond 9 shots, which is the long rallies, the long grueling points. Djokovic won.
That's shocking.
Yusuf,
this might be the most shocking thing. If you told me going into this match, Djokovic was going to win the longer rallies, I would have never believed it.
Oh my God! Sorry. Before I give you your chance, Yusuf, Smai. By the way, let me correct you. In the 5th set, he was not the favorite to win the match. By the way, in the 5th set, Djokovic was not the favorite.
No, I'm not saying he's the favorite. I'm saying the eye test. The eye test, I was like, he has it now.
The win predictability, by the way, on the Australian Open website had Sinner still the favorite up until once Djokovic broke and once Sinner had 5-3 and when he was serving for it. Then the win prediction started to go his way.
We don't care about that. Eye test says Novak was the guy, Yusuf. He had it.
I need to take a deep breath, because what Novak Djokovic made me feel today is things that I live for. and like it really gets me emotional, because this is why I love sports. This is why I love tennis, and this is why I love Novak Djokovic, because he continues to show us that there is nothing called impossible. He continues to show me that you can achieve anything you put your mind to. And he continues to show me that when everyone says you can't, but you believe and say you can, you can. And it's something that it transcends sports.
It does.
What happened today transcends sports. This makes no sense.
It doesn't.
He's 38 years old and 6 months, something like that, going up against a 23-year-old Jannik Sinner in the peak of his powers, in his favorite tournament, where he's the back-to-back champion.
Come on.
And this is what you take him to 5 sets over 4 hours.
And you win.
And you take him down and you out-battle him to become, the conversation is no longer being had about the greatest tennis player of all time. Novak Djokovic is in the conversation for greatest athlete of all time.
100%.
And this
could
be
in that conversation, by the way.
No, but I know. But this could be the nail in the coffin that makes him the greatest athlete to ever live.
Yeah, he's up there. He's right there.
This is the feat that nobody can tell me. Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Tiger Woods, Michael Schumacher, Lewis Hamilton, whoever you want, put them up there. Nobody has this feat in their record book. Yeah. Nobody has this chapter at this age to do what he did. 38 and a half to do this to Jannik Sinner.
To win a 4-hour plus battle, you win it?
No. Novak Djokovic made me believe that anything is possible. Novak Djokovic reminds me that I should dream. And anything I put my mind to, I can if I try.
Unbelievable.
And that's what he did today.
And he said,
I am the happiest person. I picked Sinner to win this one in straight sets. For the first time, I dealt the man. And this is what happens. And it's a reminder. And it's a reminder of his greatness. And today was another reminder to the entire world who Novak Djokovic is, because some of these young kids probably don't know what Novak Djokovic is capable of. Some of these people don't. But here he is reminding everyone in the year 2026, chasing
Sinner.
Novak Djokovic is chasing.
I love that reporter said that.
15 years chasing.
He set a fire.
The greatest to ever live. The longevity, the oldest to ever reach a final, the youngest to reach 5 semifinals in a row, the oldest to reach 5 semifinals. And what more does he need to do? He is the greatest athlete to me to ever live. And I absolutely love Tom Brady. But Novak Djokovic today made me fall in love with sports one more time.
Fall in love with tennis, with sport, with competition, with determination, with belief, with desire. Like, he hung up the call. Father Time, he hung up on Father Time.
And, you know, Harun, I love the Olympics when, and you said the Olympics, remember when we were talking during the match? Maybe that's what, but this one was different. Because I believed in him then, and it was 2 sets. He wasn't going up against a man who has beaten him in this tournament last time, and it wasn't a nice win. And last year, he wasn't able to compete. And they said, this is the new king of Australia. And everyone believed that he couldn't do it, including me. And I am an absolute clown, but I am the happiest person in the world that I am a clown. I was screaming at the TV.
We were yelling.
Nothing made me feel the way I felt in a long time.
It was
in a long time.
It was adrenaline max.
Novak Djokovic brought something in me that I thought was dead.
Passion.
Because I no longer feel that way because that kid in me died when Rafa retired, when my favorite player Verdasco retired, when Roger retired, when Novak started losing to these guys. But he knocked on the door and he reminded that young child inside me, wake up, my friend, let's go have some fun.
Bring back that corazon, baby.
Oh my God.
Bring back that passion. He's here, he's not going anywhere. Novak's not going anywhere. The story's still being written. It is actively live. And guess what? We're going to talk about Carlitos. Carlitos is shaking right now.
But
Smile, wait though. I just okay, he's 38, but we need to mention the age gap between him and Sinner. 14 years. 14 years age gap.
You wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that the way he was firing the forehands around for 4 hours.
Like I have a huge overreaction statement after this, but oh my God, wow. By the way, if Sinner and Alcaraz didn't exist, but even now if they're existing, this looks like a guy who can be world number 1 for many years. This is unbelievable.
He doesn't care for it.
Yeah, the level I've seen there, I told you guys in one of our previous episodes how smart can this guy be. All of a sudden, I felt like he changed the way he hits his forehand. He's hitting it with way more power. He's hitting his serve with way more power. He's
everything.
It was so bittersweet because I picked Sinner to win this in 4. I thought this was gonna be a fun battle, but it's so bittersweet because I'm so happy for Djokovic. I'm so happy because he is a GOAT and people doubt him. Including me, because last year, by the way, sometimes it wasn't a fight, but this showed us that we should just all shut up.
No, it was just everything, Smitey. You know, the tennis, but the fact that he said this was probably my favorite night in terms of the cheering and the support that he got from the fans. They were there for him and they pushed him. He willed himself and they also played a big part. So if you're watching and you were there, you were in the Australian Open in that Rod Laver Arena crowd. Oh my God, you witnessed history, but you pushed this man across the finish line and you made him write his name in the history books yet again.
Yeah, amazing. He went into the off season and he had a plan. He put together a plan for this moment.
Yeah.
This is actually many months and years of hard work that translated into this moment. Because he had to play perfect tennis with a perfect strategy. You saw how he was opening up the corner, hitting into Jannik's forehand at times, and opening up the court, hitting down the line to his backhand.
He was moving him around so well.
And when he needed to lock him up and play down the middle, he played down, it was masterful. And the way he was serving, come on. And then at the end of the day, you look at the stats. Yusuf, if you told me before this match, that Novak Djokovic would have more forehand winners than Jannik Sinner tonight, 22-13, would you have believed that? That's Jannik Sinner's forehand is a weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah,
incredible, goosebumps, Yusuf.
Yeah,
Goosebumps.
The amazing thing about tennis is that you can lose 12 more points than the other guy and still win in fashion.
Yeah,
yes, clutch, Yusuf, just unbelievable.
No, it really is unbelievable. But we've been talking about Sinner, the level that they're providing, the level that they're showing, what they showed us in Roland Garros. They wouldn't have had to go this far, had to get this good if this man wasn't there.
Yeah.
If this man decided to retire at 36
100%.
or at 37, they had to take it to a next level. Yeah. And with all due respect to Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz, But Novak Djokovic doing this at 38 and a half years old to you when you're in your prime, like this conversation about big three Sinner, like, actually, Novak Djokovic, not big three. Novak Djokovic.
Exactly.
Imagine prime Novak Djokovic. Oh my God! So
He might have been eating
like-
some puppies for breakfast.
they're great. They're amazing. But Novak Djokovic is on a completely different level, in a completely different conversation. And don't you dare put any of their names as it stands in the same sentence of Novak Djokovic.
In the same breath as Novak Djokovic. He's a tennis genius. He's a mastermind. He's an all-time athlete, not just of tennis, like you said, Yusuf. All-timer. Unbelievable guts and brilliance. And what an honor to get to see it again.
I can't wait. Well, awesome reaction, by the way. Guys, check out the content we drop on TSH Tennis, also on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. We drop stuff all the time.
Your
Our coverage.
reactions.
Smite Harun also went live on Instagram.
Yeah, well, that was super fun, by the way. That was super fun. We should do more of that. But Smite, your reaction, our match point reaction. Also, when Jesse finally got to talk to Jesse, who also tried to roast you in the comments in one of your videos.
Who's having the last laugh now? Who's having the last laugh now?
You are.
By the way, that's how we were. Like that reaction was me, Yusuf, but we were both screaming like that. Like we were all in for Nole in that fifth set the whole time. It was massively like that took a lot of energy out of
It took
us.
so much because I'm kind of sick and my body's a bit weak. And I was screaming, and after I'd scream, I need like 10 seconds to rest because my body was shaking.
Oh my God.
That's the emotions.
Adrenalina,
that
corazón,
Oh my God.
el pasión. That was amazing.
It
I
was
loved it.
spectacular. Guys, let us know what you thought of that match. One of the greatest days that we've witnessed in tennis. But to start off that day, it capped off in such a emotional, historic, roller coaster, exhilarating way. But it started with an absolute war. Carlos Alcaraz overcoming Alexander Zverev in 5 hours and 27 minutes to win that semi-final match and move on to his first ever Australian Open final. Harun overcoming vomiting and cramps. The third longest match in Australian Open history. Carlos Alcaraz comes up clutch, moves into the final. Your thoughts on that amazing, amazing performance?
Oh my god. Today it was just unbelievable, huh? Today it was just unreal.
Amazing tennis. Just
Like-
amazing. Just
like you're
amazing.
saying, so I like paddle Disneyland. Tennis Disneyland. Oh my god, that's unbelievable. Like also as well, like the Sinner and Djokovic match. I'm in utter disbelief because Alcaraz coming back with that, like he cramping. It looked like he was gonna go out. It looked like it was gonna be like another match that is somebody's gonna retire in. I was like, no. I want more tennis. And we saw, by the way, in that video where Alcaraz looked like he pump faked Zverev that he was almost gonna retire there.
It wasn't a pump fake though. He had no intention. He said
He
so
never.
afterwards.
And to be honest, I don't know. I don't think Zverev believed that he was going to retire.
I think they were
No,
just, they were just
Zverev
going,
believed.
who's going
Zverev
to pass
started to walk
first.
straight. He
No,
started
I
to
think
walk-
it was just who's going to pass first. By the way,
I don't think Zverev thought for a second that Alcaraz is going to retire.
think
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but anyways, but that was an amazing match. Those first two sets, by the way, were guns blazing. Amazing level. Zverev came up clutch. He brought his A game. Everybody was asking him to play aggressive. He said, "Okay, I'm coming to play aggressive." Alcaraz, as always, the magician. So many fun points. Lots of cat and mouse. They're moving side to side. Lot of serve and volley. Lot of drop shot slice. Like it was giving us everything. And then once Alcaraz started to cramp in that third set. And by the way, Alcaraz was coming up with some insane shots while he's just standing, like he's hitting some winners while he's not moving. He couldn't jump to hit his serve.
If there's someone that can play first strike tennis, it's Carlitos, right? Like just line up and rip it. Like you'd probably think he's the best, probably who could do that.
yeah,
For sure.
Like we talked, yeah, go ahead, Harun, go ahead.
Unbelievable, but you have to give there is a bit of a that match shouldn't have gone 5 sets in my opinion because
If
Alcaraz was in
it doesn't
control
exist.
for most of the match. if it weren't for him cramping, that wasn't going to go to the distance. But I'm happy that it did go to the distance because I wanted to see more tennis. I'm thankful for that. But yeah, if it weren't for that cramping, it was going to be shorter. But I'm happy that it went longer, and we got a lot of amazing matches. Alcaraz had it in the bag for most of the match, and then once Zverev came back in, it came back from down 2-0 in that fifth set. And once he had 5-3 up, he was 5-3 up. He was 5-3 up. He was serving for the match for a spot in the final again. He had it. He had it. Oh my God, that was crazy, guys. It was crazy.
But I reject this idea that it was over, because at the end of the day, it's not just about tennis. It's about who can withstand the heat, the pain, everything. And that's credit to Sasha, Smile, because Sasha, his body held up at that time, 3 sets in. But your thoughts on what you saw?
Yeah, no, I thought I predicted a straight sets victory, so I felt like even like we were close.
The exact scenario.
We were close to having. Well done on the 5 sets prediction, but I thought even with Alcaraz cramping, we almost had a straight sets victory, which was going to be tremendously depressing for Sasha because he was at serving 5-6 to stay in the match and love 30, and Carlos got a look at a second serve forehand. He missed it. He missed it. If not, we're talking about like a whole different type of ball game. You know, I actually thought that Carlos kind of took Zverev lightly in the beginning of the cramping. I felt like he was a little bit too loose almost. And I know this is kind of the new vibe of the team, like have fun, and his coach is smiling and laughing.
In what sense do you mean too loose?
Like, I felt like he needed to buckle up and like try to end the match at 3, in 3, because Sasha can go 5, as he showed.
Yeah.
Sasha was serving for the match. Carlos was holding on for dear life.
Yeah.
So, I felt like he was a little bit too loose. And the way he played the tiebreak, I felt, of course, he's cramping and, he's a warrior. And it's very hard to find any flaws in what Carlitos did. But I just felt like he was a little bit not buckled up. And I felt like I had the reflection of, is this because Juanqui's not there? Like, if Juanqui was there, was he going to be like, stay locked in, stay in the moment, stay serious? He's a little bit too loosey-goosey. But it's just about Alcaraz's heart and desire. Yusuf, when we knew it was going 5 after the third set tiebreak, I'm like, we're going 5 automatically. We know we're going 5, and he's just going to hang in there. When he got his second win and he got his legs back in the fifth, we're like, okay, we have a match.
He got his legs back in the 4th.
In the end of the 4th?
To be fair.
But Zverev took over in the 5th.
Yes.
Zverev earned the lead in the 5th.
Yes.
Zverev earned the chance to serve for the match.
Yes.
But Yusuf, Carlitos is incredibly clutch.
Yeah.
He's incredibly clutch. Yeah. And Zverev, again, the question is about belief. 4 serves and you're going home, man. You're going for the final. But Carlitos is Carlitos. He said in the end, he believes.
Yeah.
And corazón.
Cabeza, corazón, cojones.
Come on. It's Yusuf. It was an incredible performance. Incredible drama. That was, in my opinion, not necessary. But the way he finished it off was magic. Cinema, Yusuf.
Yeah. So, today it wasn't, with Alcaraz, to me, it wasn't about tennis. It was about so much more than tennis. Because, and I'm going to use one of my favorite quotes/scenes. It's Rocky Balboa. How much can you take and keep going further? How much? And that's how winning is done. And he was able to take so much. How it's going to hit you, take you down, keep it there permanently if you let it. But he was able to take it. And the vomiting, plus the cramping, plus Sasha playing amazing, and having all the momentum. Everything was against him once his legs started to feel a certain way. Everything was against him. Not once did he waver. He fought through the storm. Because it was a storm, and it was raining, and there was thunder. And Sasha's coming with his best level. But he held the fort, and he stayed there. He's saying, hold.
To your point, Yusuf, also, he made him work in that 4th set. He didn't just fall down. He took it to a tiebreak.
No, he made him work. By the way, we talked about this before, but when these guys are injured, when all you have to do, and even Rafa said this once, when you have to just focus on 1 or 2 things to do, that's a very dangerous player. They don't think too much. And like you said, can anyone play first-rate tennis as good as Alcaraz?
He took Sasha to a tiebreak.
Exactly. Two tiebreaks and let 7-5 to close out.
And that point, Yusuf, if he did not go to a 4-set tiebreak, he would be going home.
Yeah.
Because he needed to buy time for his legs to come back.
True. And also, not to forget, he was down 5-2 in that second set.
Yeah.
And came back and took it to a tiebreak and was able to win it in tiebreak. And Sasha even says, like, that's the one where I regret maybe, but nothing else do I really regret. So that's credit to Carlitos, like Alcaraz, the mentality that he showed. Again, this was adversity of the highest order because your body was betraying you. Not your tennis, your body. But his mind is what kept him in this match. And he was able to overcome it, Haroon, and to move into the final. And clutchness again. And at 5-4, it was like, Sasha, if you don't do it here, if you don't close it here, you are not winning this match. Because
you're not winning a game.
Because Carlos Alcaraz is maybe the most clutch player in tennis.
Yeah,
like
I would agree with that statement, but then Novak Djokovic showed us something wild.
Novak did, but like Carlos Alcaraz is building a case. 15-1 in 5 setters. 15. He's only lost to Berrettini like 50 years ago
when he was a puppy.
So that's something. Carlitos, once he broke and he asked for the crowd and he looked up in the air and you're like, it's over. This is Carlitos' time. This is what we saw in Roland Garros against Sinner. But this is when the kings take over.
I have a question for you. For both of you, when Sasha was serving for the match, did you believe that he was going to close it? Because every inch in my body, every cell in my body believed Carlitos was gonna win that game.
Yeah.
And I think the stadium believed Carlitos was going to win that game too.
I think even Sasha believed.
Yeah, that's the sad part.
Honestly, I was a little bit sad for Sasha because Sasha at 5-4 when he was serving, he had 83% like that. He was predicted to win 83%. Like you have it in the bag. Like
I don't need the stats, Haroon. He's serving for the match, so like it's ready for him.
And then once he got broken, it's over. That shattered in half. By the way, it went to 40. It went to 40, 44 or something like that.
Who in the world believed he would win after that was over? It's over. Like I knew if he didn't close it there, he would lose it 7-5.
Yeah, he knew it too.
Yeah.
But Sasha, we need to talk about Sasha though, because as much as there's so much credit being given to Carlos Alcaraz, Sasha was right there for 5 hours and 27 minutes on the court, forcing Alcaraz to 5 when everyone said it's going to be in straights. Smail, your thoughts on Sasha in general, this tournament and starting off the season?
I didn't say in straights, but yeah.
I thought that he brought his best level in the 5th set, which I thought was fascinating. Like, it's almost like the cramping thing was like throwing him off. And like when Carlos got his legs back, he's like, okay, I can play tennis again. I can play the game plan I wanted to play again. And I kind of feel bad for him because maybe, things would have been different without the cramping. I don't know. But I was worried about him. Like,
he was up 5-2 and Alcaraz was just fine in that second set. Like in the first set it was one break. Sasha double faulted twice in that game, but other than that game, like for that he had a lapse of concentration for 1 minute, but he's right up there. He gave you the tennis that can go toe-to-toe with Carlos Alcaraz.
No, he showed amazing tennis, amazing attacking tennis, amazing fitness. I was actually surprised when he said that his legs were gone when he's serving for the match because I thought, man, you looked awesome the whole way. So I was hoping that he would show a good level, and I hope that the losing this match after serving for it doesn't do like the same effect they had last year with that huge confidence dip and all the negative mental consequences of that. In the press conference, he seems to be quite positive, so I'm happy for him, and it's good to have the best Sasha. The best Sasha is awesome. He's fun. The best Sasha can beat Alcaraz and Sinner, and it's just
and Djokovic.
And it's just like if he can keep working like he said on his game like this, and he can work on his belief and mental. Yusuf, he can still win a slam. He's right there.
Haroon, what were your thoughts on Sasha?
Yeah, I agree with you, by the way. I think he let Alcaraz stay in that match. He should have been a little bit more aggressive mentally because Alcaraz maybe felt like, okay, if I just endure a bit, then maybe when I come back and play. But he was playing amazing. By the way, Sasha has an amazing level. And he also was serving at 72%. Like, and how hard it is to return his serve. If he's serving he was averaging 200 kilometers per hour his first serve. like that's super hard. You can, like, if you're just standing in front of such a serve, it's really hard. And he was also having like a lot of winners, also not that many unforced errors. He had less unforced errors than Alcaraz himself. So he was there. Like he was there. He was playing at a very elite level.
Yeah, and he managed. I like how he managed it, Harun. I like how he managed, Yusuf, like the Alcaraz cramping thing. Like, that's not easy to do. And, you know, I don't know if he could have been more aggressive, because it's true, like, if he finishes that fourth set, instead of a tiebreak, a 6-3, maybe Alcaraz is not back, and then he has that physical edge until the end. So that is a fair point, but, I mean, it's Alcaraz. So, like, I don't know if I can take anything away.
Yeah. I also want to self-roast myself also. It's like, be more aggressive. Like, it's so easy to be more aggressive against the world number one. Like, be more aggressive, man. Win more points. Like, this is the world number one we're talking about in Alcaraz. And it was there. Like, the thing is, it's upsetting because had it there and he was improving his level as he got as he got deeper into the tournament, as he was playing tougher and tougher opponents. That's what's really upsetting, because he was improving as things got harder. And that just shows how elite of a level this guy is. And he to me, I wanted to give him a lot of credit for his physicality. Like you said at that point, though, he said he felt like he lost his legs. To me, he looked like he was unbelievable throughout the match, and he could go even four more sets.
He's fit like a bull. He always has been. It's just a shame, Yusuf, it was on his racket.
Yeah, I know it was on his racket. And you might go back and you say, like, this is actually heartbreaking, right? It is a heartbreaking loss, and it's a really tough one. But if I am Alexander Zverev, I have so many positive things to take away from this tournament and this match specifically, because everyone's talking about Sinner. They're on a completely different level. You just showed when you play the type of tennis that you need to play, you can take him to the brinks. And Australia is where he made it to the final before, but his favorite surface is clay. We saw him in Roland Garros, how before that injury, what he's capable of. He was almost taking down the greatest to ever grace the clay courts against Rafa, and then we all know what happened. So if I'm Alexander Zverev moving into the rest of the season, I'm thinking like, and he said it, everything I'm doing, if I continue to do this, I think I'm going to have a great year. And I do believe he's going to continue to have a great year. And I love the mentality, because it's not someone who he's not feeling bad for himself. Yeah. He's taking the positives, he's taking it in stride, and he believes that his time will come, because he is making changes. Yeah. And he saw those changes. Those changes resulted him in another Grand Slam semifinal. They gave him a 5-set match with Carlos Alcaraz, who is arguably playing the best tennis of his life. So I am very, very optimistic with what I see from Alexander Zverev going into the rest of the 2026 season. I will not take anything away from him, because playing against Carlos Alcaraz, cramping or not, it's very, very tough. And crowd was against it, like so many things. And how am I supposed to play this guy who's whacking the ball wherever and goes for drop? Like, it's unpredictable tennis. You have no idea what to do.
Very, very tough.
So he was able to do that. His legs gave out in the end, but after 5 hours and a half. And why didn't Alcaraz's legs give out? Because Alcaraz had like an hour and a half where he wasn't really running.
No, he's just walking.
He was playing a different type of tennis.
Third and fourth set, he was just walking around.
And he was in a different mental space, so which allowed him. But Sasha had to be locked in. 2 sets to love down. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
He could have folded this and just like, okay, let's go. But no, he fought and he continued to fight. And he deserves credit, and I believe 2026, we're going to see a very special Alexander Zverev.
Well, that would be fun, because Sasha at his best is so fun to watch.
Yeah.
In the meantime, though, Yusuf,
yeah,
Alcaraz won. And Alcaraz won in an iconic fashion, might we say as well.
Clutch as hell.
On the other side, Djokovic.
Well, we have to give, before we move into that, we have to give Yusuf some props there, because Yusuf picked Alcaraz to win in 5. I picked Alcaraz to win in 4. Smite, you thought it was going to go straight.
I was dead wrong on that one, and Yusuf, well done on that pick. Yeah. However, this sets up for a fantastic final with Carlitos Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic. Yeah. Yusuf, what are your thoughts going into this epic rivalry?
Initial thoughts? Who in the world is going to recover better in the next 48 hours?
Yeah.
Because Carlos Alcaraz has a head start. He has the ice bath, the cryotherapy, the massaging, everything.
And he has about 15 years.
Yeah, exactly. So the recovery is a big thing. But going into the final, Carlos Alcaraz has trauma from Novak Djokovic.
Yeah.
Novak Djokovic has one of the biggest wins he's had in a long time, which means flying with confidence.
Yeah.
Carlos Alcaraz also flying with confidence because having a win that he's never had before, overcoming difficulties within his body, cramps. Last time he played Djokovic and he cramped, remember in Roland Garros, he had to shake hands. He overcame that. So both of these guys going into this match with milestone wins in a certain way. So it leads up to such an extraordinary storyline. Carlos Alcaraz trying to become the youngest to win every single Grand Slam. Novak Djokovic trying to add to the record books and win number 25. I'm on the fence right now.
Is he also going to be the oldest to win a Grand Slam?
He's going to be the second oldest, I think, to win a Grand Slam, or maybe the oldest. I can't remember. Ken Rosewall in 1974, I think. It was different tennis. But I don't want to discount obviously the history. But I don't think it was the same tennis. But anyways, I love the Sinner matchup, but this matchup right here has so much history on the line.
Yeah, it's true. Harun, arguably, it's a better rivalry than Sinner. It's been going back further than Sinner, and they played bigger tournaments and matches until last year than Sinner.
That's true.
Yeah. For what's on the line, I think it's a better matchup for sure because Alcaraz wants to become the youngest player to have a career slam, and also Djokovic wants to win a 25th slam and also making history himself. So they both want to make history. The rivalry is insane. Alcaraz is 22 years old, by the way. Yusuf, you said 15. 22. So the difference is 16 years.
16,
right
actually.
16.
Yeah. He hasn't even hit 23 yet.
That's crazy, guys. Like, again, we have to let that sink in. Like, the difference is unbelievable. What's the longest age gap difference, by the way? Age gap between the finalists?
Probably this one.
This might be it.
Yeah,
I
can guarantee it. This is probably it.
Men and women.
Never
Men and
win.
women.
I don't know. Maybe Serena has something, but like
true, Serena. But I mean, this is for the men's side. I think I would bet that this is the one. I mean, it's going to be an amazing match.
Popcorn for sure. Like I said, they need to both recover because we want to see a nice match. I hate to see Djokovic going down 2 sets again. Maybe because he's he's not ready right in the beginning, and maybe Alcaraz has a head start further. Like, that's gonna be so much pain. I want please Djokovic, please come ready. Please don't play catch up against Alcaraz. I beg you. I want at least if you lose, fine, give it your all. But I just want to see a nice match. We don't want to see that catch up again because it's so much pain watching.
Yeah, I think Yusuf, I think Novak comes in with a lot of confidence into this match. He's won 2 of their last 3.
He's the favorite. He's the favorite to go. He's the favorite. I told you if he wins, he's the favorite.
I don't know if he's the favorite because he just came off a 5-set bath and he's 38 and the legs are going to be tired. But he won 2 out of their last 3. Olympics and Australia here last year. Yeah. I don't think he fears Alcaraz. I think he knows how to play Alcaraz. I think he likes playing Alcaraz. I think this is going to do so much for his confidence, this victory here against Jannik. But, Alcaraz did smoke him in the US Open. So it's kind of wide open, because Alcaraz is truly on a different level than where he was at the beginning of last year even. So there's so many variables that go into it, but this level of Djokovic is also not the level that Alcaraz saw in the US Open.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to have something ready. He's been planning to play Sinner and Alcaraz. He knows. He went into the offseason knowing to win a slam or any big tournament, he's going to have to beat Sinner and Alcaraz or Alcaraz and then Sinner. He knows. But he's ready.
1,000%.
That's right. Also, Djokovic is leading in the head-to-head.
Yeah, he's leading. He likes playing Alcaraz, Harun.
But he took down his toughest task. Jannik Sinner is his toughest task. 0-5 against him in the last 5. Yeah. That's where he didn't have belief. So the door's wide open. The confidence is sky high. But Carlos Alcaraz, you do have a point on it when you say the favorite, because I know there's the age gap thing, but all the other variables say Novak Djokovic has the advantage. Carlos Alcaraz never won the Australian Open before. This is his first Australian Open final. Novak Djokovic is going into his 11th. 10-0. has never lost in the Australian Open final.
That's true. That's true. If someone knows what it's like to play an Australian Open final and win, it's definitely Novak.
But Carlitos is built for the big stages also. Carlitos...
Most clutch player ever, arguably right now. So,
also against Novak and Carlos. Novak never lost twice in a row against Carlos. So, this is going to be a first time in the rivalry's history.
And Carlos, the only loss he's ever lost in a Grand Slam final was that Jannik Sinner match in Wimbledon. Other than that, he has no idea what it's like to lose in Grand Slam finals. Or sorry, no, he lost to Novak, 5-2. Sorry, or 6-2.
But I think he also is gonna have Novak's gonna have the crowd behind him. I think.
Yeah.
And I think the crowd.
History's on the line. This is similar to the Paris Olympics.
Yeah.
Going up against Alcaraz in the final for that number 25. You wanted that gold medal. It's the same story. Carlos Alcaraz trying to do something, trying to become the youngest to do something. And Novak Djokovic is in his way. Or Carlos Alcaraz is in Novak Djokovic's way.
It's so exciting, guys. It's going to be amazing.
It's so fun.
And,
this is so fun. These are amazing stories. We have so many fun storylines. Oh my God, we're so spoiled right now.
We're blessed. We're blessed because tennis gifted us something like today. Harun, I know you said the Australian Open was so much fun, but honestly, it wasn't. It did not live up to the expectations.
Today, it was not that fun.
Till today, but we said they could give us an epic ending, and so far, 50% of that has come true. Another 50% in the final days. Women's and men's final.
Yeah, we're going to have some amazing finals. And so, guys, it's time to make our picks. Let's get into it. I hope you're ready. Let's start off with the Australian Open women's final, though, where we have Aryna Sabalenka against Elena Rybakina. Harun, this is going to be an absolute gladiator battle. Who's going to lift the trophy tomorrow?
So spicy. Both hit big. Both have big servers. Both also move great. And by the way, this is a rematch. They played each other before. When Sabalenka won it. So this is super fun to watch. And I'm rooting for Sabalenka here. I think. By the way, Rybakina has the game to do it, but I'm going for Sabalenka in an amazing 3-set battle.
Wow, Yusuf. Are you going to doubt Aryna Sabalenka here?
I think this is the first time we've had two players make the final of a slam without dropping a set since God knows when. Elena Rybakina suffered a heartbreaking loss against her in that Australian Open, right? And Sabalenka is showing us that she is world number one for a reason. But something in me tells me that Elena Rybakina is going to get her revenge and lift that Australian Open trophy and back that WTA finals that she had last year and take home the first slam of the season.
Wow.
In 3 sets.
In 3 sets. Oh my God. So now I have to break the tie.
Break it.
I feel like a fool for not picking Sabalenka to win the title at the beginning of the tournament. And I'm gonna make a fool of myself again because I'm also riding with Rybakina here.
Wow.
I just think she's crushing the ground strokes. She's crushing her serve in a level that I've never seen her play before. Her confidence is through the roof right now. I think she will find a way to shock Sabalenka, who just keeps showing up to hardcourt finals, but here I am being a fool, doubting her again, Yusuf. But I think Rybakina is going to do it in 3 sets.
No, but something's wrong mentally because she wasn't able to close that Pegula match out like in clinical fashion. So that's going to be a tough one because Sabalenka has become a mental giant.
Yeah, true.
That's on the women's side. But time for the men's side. Harun, ready to make your pick?
No.
Ismail, ready to make your pick?
No.
I'm ready. I've been born ready for this moment.
Then it's time. The 2026 Australian Open final. Novak Djokovic going for 25. Carlos Alcaraz going for the career slam. Harun, who wins the 2026 Australian Open?
Oh my God. What in the world is this? My pick of Sinner is gone. Djokovic took him out. He took him out. But I have to go with Novak Djokovic here. I'm going to be upset if I go against Djokovic. He took down my champion. I'm going for the guy that took down my champion along the same path. Sinner, Djokovic and Djokovic plus. I'm going for Djokovic plus right here at 38 to take down Alcaraz in 4 amazing sets. Let's go, Djokovic.
Wow, Smiley.
Wow. Yusuf, I told you this man's been rebuilding the body all offseason. He had one goal going into that offseason to beat Sinner and Alcaraz in slams, in best of 5. He showed the whole world that the hard work has been paying off as he downed Sinner like an absolute heavyweight champion. You think I'm about to down him now going against Carlitos? He won the last 2 out of 3 matches against Carlitos. Beat him here last year in 4. Let's go Novak Djokovic in 4 sets. This one is going to go over, baby. 4 sets.
Wow. That's 2 for Novak, none for Carlitos.
I'm riding, baby.
World number 1.
Riding with Nole all the way.
Djokovic
Before
doesn't take
this
2 losses
tournament
in a row
began-
against Alcaraz.
Before this tournament began, I told you guys that Carlos Alcaraz is world number 1 for a goddamn reason. I told you this is the most clutch player we have on tour. I told you that he's coming for the history books. But today, on this day, someone by the name of Novak Djokovic reminded me why I love sports, why I love tennis, and woke up that kid inside me and told him, my friend, let's come out to play. You're going to have the time of your life cheering for me. You're going to remember this for the rest of your life. I am going to change my pick and back the greatest to ever live to win the Australian Open, to win his 25th slam, to become the greatest athlete to ever grace any sporting field to ever exist. Novak Djokovic will rewrite the history books yet again. 25 and 26 on Sunday.
In how many sets?
4 sets.
Wow. We all have Novak in 4. This is definitely not going to be the result then. This is definitely not going to be the result. This is bad luck for Nole. But I'm not going to change.
By the way, I'm tempted to change just for Nole, just for Djokovic. Just for Djokovic.
It works. Sometimes there's magic. Sometimes there are miracles that nothing can change. Not even unanimous picks can change. Nothing can change. Magic is with Novak Djokovic this tournament.
With all my heart.
Right now, everything is aligning. If he doesn't win this match, I will no longer believe in fairy tales. Because this is the fairy tale ending. This is why I love sports. This story, if it comes to the culmination of him winning 25 and 26, it will be the greatest story ever told.
Will it be his greatest Grand Slam run ever?
Yes,
if he does it?
For sure.
You could say so.
It's
But
gonna
the thing about the Menchik match and the Musetti retirement.
It's going to be up there, though.
But the semifinals and final, taking down Sinner and Alcaraz back to back, 15 years younger than you. No, it's gonna go down in the history book some way or another. But like we said when we were watching the match, like Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner right now, they're playing against Novak Djokovic, who's 38 and a half years old. Rafa wasn't doing any. Rafa's playing 250s at this age, bruh. Roger Federer wasn't really playing tennis anymore. This is something we've never seen before.
It's unreal. You know, I'm feeling like this match is kind of like this scenario is reminding me of when he beat Rafa in the semifinals of Roland Garros 21, was it? And then he had to go on and beat Tsitsipas in the final. Yeah. And his legs were shot in the beginning and he had to find them. But I think that's like a recent experience that he's going to need to learn from. Like, how can I get back? How can I overcome that emotion? Like, when you beat Rafa in the semi at Roland Garros, that's like winning the tournament. The path is cleared. And I wonder if he's going to have to tap into that because it's very similar vibes.
There are very few things in sports where I'm watching, I'm like, I can see with my own eyes destiny. Yeah. And I saw it today, by the way, in this match. It looked like destiny. He was down 2-1, but Novak Djokovic looks like the better player. Right. I believe he's going to win this. And destiny proved me right. And I believe destiny's going to prove us right on Sunday.
Oh my God, amazing. I can't wait for this final. It's going to be awesome. Let us know, what did you think of Carlitos' victory and Novak Djokovic's comeback? Was that the greatest athletic feat ever we saw from Nole? Let us know. And who do you have winning this final? We read every single comment. And as always, we'll be right here after the Australian Open final. And we can't wait to read your comments. Subscribe for all the tennis stories every single round. And we'll see you in less than 48 hours.
Have a good night. Good night. Good night. Very good night.